In a movie you see emotion, in a book you read about it, but in a video game you experience it. No one can argue that a video game brings out emotion in all of us. Journeys that weigh on the soul, and moments that pull on your heart immerse us into the turmoils and struggles of the avatars we control. Of all these emotions, pain and sadness seem to impact us the most. Today on List, we look back at those moments that made our eyes tear up and our chest heavy with sorrow. Be warned, spoilers ahead, in our top 10 saddest moments in video games. The rules are simple, one game per franchise. A moment doesn't have to involve a death to be sad, and characters can come back to life. After all, we were sad losing them or watching them pass away. So grab your tissue box, it's time we relive these eye-watering moments.
You came to fight, not for glory, but to mend your daughter's tears.
Number 10, Valiant Hearts, A Soldier's Sacrifice. Taking place during World War I, you follow the stories of 4 individuals doing their best in a now chaotic world. One character, Emile, a father and grandfather, fights for the army of France in search of his son-in-law, now enrolled in the German army. He sees death, betrayal, the struggles of war, until he's pushed to the breaking point and turns on his commanding officer to save his fellow soldiers, and is sentenced to execution. After saving his son-in-law, being a prisoner of war, and soldier for his country, he takes his final breath in this heart-shattering ending.
Keep me in your prayers. Your loving Papa. Always.
Hello, this is Ōtani. I want you to stay calm and listen to me, okay? Nanako-chan's condition suddenly got worse. The doctor wants you to come to the hospital immediately. We'll be waiting.
Number 9, Persona 4, We Couldn't Save Her. In the world of Persona 4, there was a girl named Nanako, your cousin. She brings joy when things are dark, and laughter when times are tense. She strives to be the best daughter to her father and the best little sister to you, the player. Out of nowhere, she becomes a target of the serial killer you've been tracking, and you take chase. You save her, but something is wrong. Nanako is hospitalized, and without warning, passes on with you still holding her hand. Anyone who experienced this in the game or anime felt a little bit of his or her world slip away. Number 8, Shadow of the Colossus, A Lost Companion. In the journey to return life to a girl sacrificed for having a cursed past, we set out to slay beasts that challenge our bravery. We are joined by our trusty steed Agro, a loyal and irreplaceable ally. Throughout the game, she never leaves our side when we come face to face with the towering Colossi. After 15 long and hard tests of strength and wit, we headed to our last battle, until a bridge collapses and Agro, with her final stride, flung us to the other side, saving us from falling into a gaping chasm, sacrificing herself for our quest. A hero couldn't ask for a better companion.
So, this thing is your friend, and he's connected to you with some kind of cord. Is he here right now?
Number 7, Beyond Two Souls, Aiden crosses over. Tied by unknown forces, Jodie has never been apart from her paranormal counterpart Aiden. As the story progresses, we see them overcome trials that test their partnership and their trust in each other while trying to uncover the mystery that surrounds their connection. After overcoming obstacle after obstacle, they finally reach their answer, and Aiden passes on to the afterlife, leaving Jodie to live her life without him. All those tests of love, after being together since birth, it ends at the crossroads of life and death, a fitting send-off to our invisible guardian.
To see how far you'd go to find me. Well, here I am.
Number 6, Mass Effect, Thane's Prayer. With so many powerful and interesting characters that fill the Mass Effect world, it was hard to choose just one. But to us here at Dreambridge, no one affected us more than our righteous assassin Thane. First appearing in Mass Effect 2, he joined us on our quest to save the universe from the threat of the Reapers. We learn of his struggles with the disease known as Corporal's syndrome, and knows he hasn't much time left. In Mass Effect 3, during a heated battle, he saves us, but is wounded and rushed to medical aid. In his final moments, a prayer is uttered by his son, or you, in his passing. We learn this prayer was not for Thane, but for us. Even in his last moments, his loyalty surpassed galaxies. Goodbye, Thane. You won't be alone for long.
Call yet? There's something I don't understand. His last moments were those of a hero. Why pray for salvation?
The prayer was not for him, Commander.
Number 5. Heavy Rain, Ethan's Grief. A father's love is without end. Ethan Mars is a clear example of this. After losing his son in an accident, we see it still affects him to this day. Every action he takes, every word he speaks, you hear and see the pain he suffers from. After helping your son get ready for bed, getting his teddy bear and tucking him in, before saying goodnight, he utters a phrase that impacts Ethan and all of us.
You know, Dad, what happened to Jason wasn't your fault.
Good night, Sean.
We feel the pain he feels. We know we could have done more, but we couldn't. And all we could do now is try and be a better father for the son he still has. Number 4, To the Moon. That's where we'll meet. When technology exists that can alter our memories, it's used to create happiness, another chance at life, the answered question of what if. In the session of John Wiles, his only wish is to go to the moon, but the purpose lies deeper than that. On the night of a festival, he meets his love and promises to meet her on the moon if they ever get separated or lost. Through the power of memory alteration, Johnny becomes an astronaut, and accompanied by his love, they fly to the moon side by side. Before Johnny passes away, finally getting his wish he longed to fulfill his entire life.
I'm so sorry, Maria. I love you so much.
Number 3. Gears of War, Dom's Sacrifice. Dominic was a brother in arms from start to finish to all who played the Gears of War campaigns. He saved us from prison, pushed us forward, and never left us, all while grieving for his wife Maria. In the final installment, the squad is outnumbered and on the brink of defeat until Dom takes the wheel of a nearby tanker, ramming it into a gas station to save everyone. Left speechless, all we could do was move on and hope he was happy being with his long-lost love, Maria.
I'll see you all again one day. Look, Marcus is busy saving the world again, so I gotta be there for him. Sleep tight, sweetheart.
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Number 2, Crisis Core, Zack's Last Stand. Before there was Cloud, there was Zack, a soldier that excelled at everything he did, a smile for anyone he crossed paths with, and an undying love for his friends. During the game, we see him fight through hordes of monsters and enemies. We experience the excitement and fear when facing an opponent stronger than our very best efforts. But we overcame every trial we ever faced, until we stood alone, faced with an army bent on our demise. We could have run, but our love waited for us on the other side in Midgar. a final stand that rung through the fan base as our hero fell to overwhelming numbers and met with his fate, never seeing his love again.
My honor. My dreams. They're yours now.
Before we see our number one, here are some moments that didn't quite make the list.
It's not that easy.
I'm scared, Lee.
What can I tell you to make it better?
That you won't leave me.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I promise. Everything's gonna be all right. Let's try to get some sleep.
Okay, Lee.
Number 1. The Walking Dead. Goodbye, Lee. In a world torn asunder, when humanity is lost to the dead, there is hope. A goal to bring happiness once more to a little girl named Clementine. A chance for her to see her parents. Lee, our hero, takes up this task, fighting off hordes and walkers, murderous enemies in impossible distances, just to see a little bit of humanity restored to a broken life. After months of running and fighting, Lee is bitten by a walker, slowly turning him into one of the undead. But before he dies, he saves Clementine from a kidnapper and protects her from the wave of walkers. In his final moment, he speaks with Clementine, sharing with all his love and devotion he has for this little girl he met not long ago, before asking her to kill himself before he becomes one of them. Even in his last minutes on Earth, Lee kept Clementine safe. We'll miss you, Lee. Rest in peace.